venye results zilitoka, yule daktari akaniambia, your sister ako lucky to be alive because the heart is struggling to pump blood, haifiki. Na hapa hivi kwetu venye unaona hata saidika, if you can enda kwa hospitali kubwa. Kamuuliza, Kenyatta naweza? Inaweza. Experience niliona Moi referral. Juu kwanza unaenda na book, unaenda kwa system, unaenda unalipa, ukuja na daktari. So I imagined this is what she has been going through. Juu alikuwa ameenda kienda peke yake. Hii experience kanasema never again. So nita make sure every time lazima niende naye. And that's how I started the journey ya kumshughulikia mpaka saizi.
One of the things, and when we go to visit a patient, I don't think we even ask the person who's caring for them, how are you doing? We're always asking, how is the patient? How is the patient doing? But we also forget there's somebody behind the patient. And so one, they're forgotten, they are never seen. Nobody even acknowledges them. Another thing they go through is they have a lot of guilt. Like if they want to go maybe and have coffee with their friends, they wonder, must I go? Can I go? Should I go? So you have a lot, you second guess yourself so much. Others have to stop their jobs. Like the families I work with who have patients with dementia, most of them, even the person who was taking the major breadwinner was the person who's gotten dementia. So a second person has to leave work to become the caregiver. And so we have two people who have lost their income. So there's financial burden, there's emotional burden.
Hello and welcome to another inspiring episode of Behind the Diagnosis. I am your host, Esther Ashira, and with me is our sign language interpreter, Judy Kihumba. To all of you who've been watching, supporting, and sharing this journey with us, thank you. And if this is your first time here, kindly subscribe, like, and share, because here, every story matters and every voice deserves to be heard. Today, we shift focus to a group of unsung heroes, the caregivers. The ones who hold families together through some of life's hardest seasons. Our guest today is Robert, a devoted brother who has stood by his sister living with an autoimmune condition, walking with her through pain, hope, and healing. And now, let's hear his story. Karibu sana, Robert.
Asante.
Good to have you here. And thank you for coming.
Karibu.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Robert Agoro. Sister to Caroline Auma again. Yeah.
What do you do?
Currently, I just do photography. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what I do currently.
Photographer. Okay. So tell us what condition your sister has?
She's suffering from scleroderma and heart failure. So, actually, initially, she was complaining a lot. She went to different hospitals. Later on, I introduced her to a friend of mine who is a nurse at Kisii Nyanchwa. So, vile alienda huko kidogo, huyo msichana akaniambia, Roba, tushapima kila kitu tuoni any dalili. So hatujui anda kwa hiyo pepa kuna mahali kumeandikwa CCC. Sasa akaniambia hii CCC inamaanisha maybe alipimwa ni kama kwa HIV na hatumii dawa. So maybe hiyo ndio problem. Na tumemuuliza amekataa. Kaambia okay, mimi siko karibu. Just do whatever you can, just talk to her. Kuongea na Karo nikasema mimi the last time nilipimwa 3 months ago nilikuwa sawa. So I'm ready. Nipimwe tena. So vile nilipimwa kapatikana na shida. So nikauliza wewe nurse, just do whatever you can. Ndio alienda peke yake. Wakasema okay, itabidi tena tufanye other tests. Ndio kufanya akasema tumeona kuna shida kwa heart. Ni kama kuna maji, so lazima afanywe echo ama endoscopy. Na hatuna hizo machines hapa. Na situ kuzifanya they are a bit expensive. They'll cost kitu 10 to 15. So kama unaweza kufanya mali alafu alete results. So venye alirudi home kwa Kenya Catch. friends wanakuja tofauti. Akamwambia kama ni heart, nilikuwa na the same problem, nikapelekwa Moi referral, nikasaidika. So pia Moi referral kuangalia story ya echo walikuwa wanachukua around 1500, endoscopy ilikuwa inakuja 3500. So tukaona it's a bit cheaper. Jani yake ya Eldoret kaanza hapo. So alikuwa anaenda anarudi. Eldoret walienda kampima, kapatikana kuna heart failure. So kanaenda narudi. So kufika last year nilikuwa Bungoma at that time. Tukaongea naye, kaniambia ni jana nilikuwa na shida, nilipatwa na attack but size niko poa. It was on a Sunday. Nikamaliza shughuli zangu, nikaenda kwetu. Hiyo ni Lego. Kufika mama akaniuliza, umeongea na sister yako? Akasema tuliongea asubuhi. Akaniambia kwa sawa. Akaniambia hapana, your sister is sick. Nikachukua tu simu nikampigia. Akaniambia Roba, wewe nakuficha, lakini saizi nimelemewa, siwezi. Ilikuwa Sunday. Monday asubuhi nikatoka around 5 asubuhi, nikafika huko kitu saa 7 juu. It's quite a distance from Alego to Sondu. Kufika ilikuwa na Monday. Kumwangalia hangeweza kufanya anything, na ilikuwa yeye na msichana wangu anaishi na yeye. By that time alikuwa grade 3. So alikuwa tu wawili kwa nyumba. Nikasema the best turudi Eldoret. Meanwhile, Eldoret ni mbali na saizi unataka special care. Kama unaweza kutupatia referral, tuende Kenyatta. Netu kwenda Eldoret, akapimwa, akaandikwa tu dawa. Akasema hizi dawa ndio amekuwa akitumia Lasix na Aldacton. Hizi ndio amekuwa akitumia, lakini hakuna change and saizi ni worse. Now what can I do? Unaweza kumpatia referral letter? Akasema hapana. We also have wards. Ingekuwa kwa serious tungemweka. Sasa nashindwa, mtu hawezi tembea like 3 steps anasimama 5 minutes, 4 steps 5 minutes. Akasema hapana. Nikaongea na msichana mwingine anaitwa Winnie, nikamexplainia. Akasema I have a sister mwenye anafanya Kenyatta, hebu mpigie mwambie kama anaweza kusaidia. So kupigia hiyo sister yake anaitwa Caroline Wapucha na kufanya hapo Kenyatta. Akasema Kenyatta kusaidiwa bila referral itakuwa stress, jaribu kupatia referral letter, ama unipatie nurse ama daktari niongee naye. Kupatia alikataa. So akaniambia okay, you just come, but kulingana na condition yake na hizo ni zenye menitumia, obvious county hospital hawatatibu, but enda county hospital, any county hospital, najua watamrefer. And that's what I did. So kufika, that's on Wednesday. Tulitoka Monday, Wednesday tukaenda Mama Lucy, akapimwa, tukarudi tena Thursday. Enye venye results zilitoka, yule daktari akaniambia your sister ako lucky to be alive because the heart is struggling to pump blood, haifiki. Na hapa hivi kwetu venye unaona hata saidika, if you can aenda kwa hospitali kubwa. Nikamuuliza Kenyatta inaweza? Inaweza. Akaniandikia referral letter, akadungwa painkillers. Enye kwenda Kenyatta on Friday, hapo ndakaza kutibiwa. So experience niliona Moi referral juu kwanza unaenda na book, unaenda kwa system, unaenda unalipa, ukunywa na daktari. So I imagined this is what she has been going through. Yalikuwa ameenda akienda peke yake. Hii experience kanasema never again. So nita make sure every time lazima niende naye. And that's how I started the journey ya kumshughulikia mpaka size.
Wow. Wow. So after umejua condition yake and now you knew now this is something that she will live with, definitely that changes your life. How was it making that decision for you, considering that you also have a family and now you have a sister to continually take care of her?
My mom told me so one thing, Robert, your sister's husband can get another wife, but wewe, you can't get another sister. Do all you can. And you had tulikuwa watoto 8. Yeah, alikuwa second born. Kwa 8 milioni wa 4 tulikuwa wa 4, meaning wa 4 walienda kama sijawaona. Then firstborn wetu already kitu 97, tukabaki watatu, so tumegrow tukiwa watatu, vijana 2 msichana 1. Unfortunately 2021 huyo mwingine pia kaenda, so tumebaki 2. So hapa inabaki, she is the only support I have. Do all you can. So things changed because at least niko nishapata idea ya lupus, but scleroderma sikuwa najua. So nikasema hapa we have to do all we can, tusaidiane, tusimame na yeye, because saizi kitu nataka kumwambia no. Hata unamgugu na huyu alikuwa na hii, alipona sana, saizi yako sawa. At least hiyo psychological support pia. So by the things changed because unapata hiyo time yote alikuwa Kenyatta, nilikuwa naenda daily, meaning hakuna kazi naenda. I have to eat, family pia lazima survive, mother lazima survive ushago, but God amekuwa faithful and tuli manage your period because alianza na cardiac for 1 week, hata ikakuwa stabilized, ikawa sawa, akarudisha ruma sasa ndio akapata hiyo scleroderma. Yeah, that's how you have.
Yeah. So as a caregiver, najua safari ijakuwa rahisi, especially financially. How has it been for you and supporting your sister?
Akitoka hosi, at least kuna dawa alipewa, tukampa zingine mkanunue. So nikatuma hiyo list kwa 2 chemist tofauti. Moja ilikuwa inakuja 52,000 ya 1 month. Ingine the cheapest ilikuwa inakuja 48. Sasa hapa wacha tujiite, mimi na watoto wake pia wafanye job. Sasa ile what can we do? At least tukapata nyako nazo, tujitangazia zinataka 20,000. And people came in, friends came in, tukapata hiyo month. So kuendelea kabaki hapa kuna shida kidogo. Juu inafika point sasa unakuwa bothersome to some people. Ikabidi, there's a friend of mine who told me, Roba, these government offices ni zenyu, ni za public. So place ya kwanza kuendelea kwa nisha. Kasema no, my sister, kwa saizi okay, yendo tumeregister SHA, iko active, but friend hospitali, SHA haiwezi cover. Kasema sister tuwezi saidia, juu nilianza na SHA ya Kenyatta, wakanituma kwa head office wakanituma Kenyatta. Nikajaribu kubisha any office. Ya tukaenda kwa credit office, kaniambia no, this is not emergency, dawa tupatiani. Kurudi kwa SHA kaniambia okay, ikikataa enda kwa head of debt akusaidie. Kwenda huko akasema nyewe we understand because zilikuwa zime reduce by zikafika kitu 18,000. Akasema nyewe we understand but pia sisi tumefungwa, ende kwa CEO. Nikaenda kwa CEO and I thank God because alisikia. Nilikuta tu msee hapo hivi kwa gate kwa office ya CEO, akaniambia what you do, there's power kwa pen, endo andike ulete. Nikaandika nikapeleka and I thank God because hiyo month walitupatia dawa free ya 17,500. So kurudi tena, hiyo sasa ilikuwa this year July, kurudi tukapata CEO mwingine amechange. Kuna new CEO sasa. Tena tukaambia no, vitu zimechange, management imechange, but so far kwa ile support tumepata, Kenyatta amenisaidia somehow because hata the new CEO like the last time alikuwa hapa alilazwa, tukarudi after 5 days then tukamrudisha, hakulazwa, tulimaliza hapo kwa casualty. Kwenda casualty tukaambiwa hii hajalazwa, tunamtreat kama outpatient, you have to pay bill na kuja 20,000. Ni saa 10 asubuhi, niliambia wife wewe rudi home, acha tulale hapa tungoje offices zifunguliwe. Nikaenda kwa hizo the offices zote, kaniambia chukua sister yako enda nyumbani. So nashukuru kwa government support niseme Kenyatta, especially social workers, director of clinical services and the director of pharmacy plus the new CEO Kristo amenisaidia mpaka hapo. So unapata unfortunately unapata zingine unaenda unapata dawa kuna. Lazima mwende nje, alafu saizi tena zimeongezeka. Yeah. But haijakuwa rahisi. Nimepitia challenges kadhaa.
Yeah.
But we thank God. Amekuwa faithful.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I know taking care of someone in that condition sio rahisi. Na saa zingine as much as yes we una support, kuna pia mahali penye unaweza taka kupata support, especially emotionally. Do you have someone that you talk to when you feel, cause unaweza choka but kuna mtu yeyote uongelesha, like ukifeel hapa ni kama na gonga mwamba na need tu kuongelesha mtu?
Currently ni very few because unajua ni jani nimechukua more than a year, meaning hata kwa call log unapata dialed ndio mingi kushinda received. Juu kila mtu anaona but kuna few people, moja sita mention jina but wanga anajiita sistangu. Then kuna upasta wangu naitwa Agisa, and vile nimekuambia familia yangu tuko wawili, but their friends wenye wamesimama na sisi, hata kuongea tu saa zingine wanakuja kama churchmates, wanakuja tu kutuongelesha ama kumuongelesha, and yeah, hiyo ndio imekuwa support because sometimes as human beings kuna hiyo fear of unknown. What if nilikwambia kwa 8 ubaki wawili, so kuna hiyo fear of unknown, so you are trying all you can. Pia wewe saa zingine feel unaweza ku isolate yourself from people. Kama this year ukiniuliza sijafanya anything, wana train drama this year, sija train na kwa very strong choir member wa church, tunaenda festival this year sijaenda, na feel too isolated, sijui kwa nini, but niyo fear of unknown. Una feel this person because every month umefaulu, maybe umepata ya 1 month, before kuangalia kukula unaangalia what about next month, atapataje hizi dawa, because una like kuna time alimaliza 1 month other nini zinaanza kutokea because scleroderma ina attack anywhere, any organ, na pati toke huku, so but yeah, kuna wengine naongea nao but very few because wengine nachukua advantage, napata haikai. Yes.
Yeah. So ukisema isolation, you mean are you the one who isolates yourself or people isolate you?
No, mimi ndio saa zingine na feel wacha nisikae bothersome to other people, na pia sitaki sister yangu because najua kuna ile mgonjwa anaweza kufeel mtu mpaka because unajua inafika kama waswali walivyosema, sasa mficha uchi azai. Unajaribu ku open up at least uzae, lakini wengine unapata backlash. So nasema ili nisikae bothersome, na pia mgonjwa pia sione ni kama it troublesome juu sasa kiona ni kama naomba na wengine na kujibu vibaya, hata feel vibaya sana. Kwa uko kwa simu uko tu zako, utakuongea na mtu that pia si feel unaji kama mwanaume watu nikai bumu. Yeah, so mimi nimeji isolate saa zingine, and most friends watakwambia roba si kama ule roba last year, you saizi ako tu.
Yeah.
Ako tu, but it is for the sake of my peace, na pia mgonjwa at least apate something.
Amani. Yeah, wow. You're doing a good job with your sister. That one I can say, because ever since we met, we've been talking. Kuna siku tumeongea unaniambia manzemi hata sijui kama kesho nampata, like when she was admitted at Kenyatta. So I can see the worry, and I wish you had a stronger support system, and I pray you get so that you can be able to even have strength to continue supporting Caro, because Caro drains her strength from you. But I can say you and your wife, you're doing an amazing job, and keep doing it.
Just to add something.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to appreciate kijana wake mkubwa.
Yeah.
Pia amepitia a lot, pia ametembea a lot, and ile kitu ni motivate ni one. There is a verse kwa Bible inasema, do unto others what you'd like others to do unto you. When I imagine what if mimi niko kwa hiyo situation, niko sure angefanya better pia yeye, ama nikiwa kwa hiyo situation ningetamani mtu anifanyie. So na do all I can, na imagine ni mimi niko kwa hiyo situation, ningetamani mtu anifanyie nini. Another thing, kuna this saying inasema, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. We lose nothing by helping somebody. Saa zingine si lazima ikaido, but kuka hapo na mtu mpaka dakika ya mwisho, mpaka na feel enyewe anda ku give up, lakini kuangalia nasema no, I have to fight because umse pia ana fight. So when you wako na the same, usi give up, because like my sister, kuna wenye walimuona last year wakimwambia utapona. Unfortunately this year tushapoteza karibu 3. Wenye walikuwa hai walikuwa sawa, meaning unaweza kufeel huyu ni kama ndanaenda, you never know, mtu kwenda hatujui. So just do what you can, you never know, tomorrow somebody atangalia sema roho yenye mtu ako nayo, wacha nipe mimi come in. So do all you can kwa means zako, si lazima ukaina do. Mimi nimekwambia every office nimenock, nimetembea hapa Kenyatta mguu mpaka saizi bado na knock one apart to dawa. So somebody else and sazili unaifanya, God pia nakufanyia zako, meaning kama kuna kitu ungelack una feel tu ni kama like there is some, kuna siku ndio sasa nitaendaje Kenyatta saa 9 usiku na kama message kameingia, mtu amenitumia do ati wewe kabisa sitako nini machungwa, kashindo okay. Siku nyingine pia ilikuwa naenda kufanyiwa test ilikuwa na cost 38,000 Lancet. So tuko hapo na inafanywa within 24 hours, hatuna anything. Do you know, nilienda kwa hao nikapigia story watu kidogo, huyo Karo akaniambia, Roba, nimepata mtu negotiate amekubali kuifanya na 17,000, meaning 11,000 imeenda. Kwa hiyo process buina mka atroba nimekutumia kitu kidogo hapo, at least ikasaidia kwa kuangalia ni 5,000. Baadaye kufika saa 5 we had 17,000 ya kufanywa nini test. So ongea vizuri na watu pia wewe.
Yeah.
And the rest watch your God.
Yeah.
Yeye ndo naweza kusema.
Wow.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Hata kama unaona ni kama anaenda next minute, unaweza kushtuka uende yeye badaba. So mpatie, shughulikia mpaka dakika ya mwisho, the rest watch your God.
Amen. And I believe every caregiver who is watching amesikia, na I pray that kama walikuwa wana give up ama wanasikia wamechoka, wamepata nguvu ya kuendelea so that they can help their, because our spouses, our sisters, our daughters, they need us.
True.
Yeah. So, and that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for just coming to represent the caregivers out there who are doing an amazing job, and we celebrate you.
Thank you.
Asante sana. So, as we've heard, caregiving is an act of love, but it can also be emotionally draining. To help us understand what caregivers go through, we are joined by a mental health expert.
Mercy has endometriosis, and it has caused her lesions in her abdomen. The lesions are getting bigger, making it difficult to move and even feed. And right now, she needs to undergo an urgent surgery to remove the masses. We are therefore appealing to the general public to help raise funds to help cover the surgical expenses. You can reach her via M-Pesa number +254 748 466 703. That is +254 748 466 703. We welcome any kind of support. You can also send her an email via mercyadoyoaward22@gmail.com. We look forward to receiving your help.
Welcome back to Behind the Diagnosis. We've just had a powerful discussion with Robert, but something I would like to bring to our attention. Unfortunately, after recording this episode with Robert, he lost the sister that he was caring for. So we would like to just take a moment and say pole to Robert and the entire family. Our thoughts are with you. Okay, now we are joined on set with our psychologist for this episode. And help me welcome the beautiful Elizabeth.
Asante sana. Thank you for having me. My name is Elizabeth Mtunga. I'm a counseling psychologist by profession, a HR practitioner, dementia specialist, and now going into clinical psychology. I work a lot with caregivers, especially of people living with dementia, but also as a psychologist, I work a lot with people who are caring for their loved ones. Many who have either mental illness or even the people themselves who are going through the conditions that they are going through. So that is what I do.
Wow. You're the best person to talk to today. Because this episode you're focusing on caregivers. And we just had one who gave us his story on how he's worked with a sister, but unfortunately lost the sister. I know it's hard for him, but where does someone begin from?
First is to first tell him, Pole, it's not easy to lose a loved one that you've been caring for. And usually, most of the time when you're caring for a loved one, your life almost stops. Not even almost, it literally stops. Because everything that you think about, even whatever you're going to do tomorrow, is inclusive of what you're going to do with them. So one of the things also he needs to get is help, psychological help, maybe go for therapy, talk about it, and then also look for a support group, especially a grief support group where he can be helped deal with the feelings that he's having. Because sometimes there's guilt. Some people are thinking, maybe I should have done something more for my sister. Maybe I did not do enough for my sister. Or maybe what else could I have done? What else could we have done? So there's a lot of guilt. There's acceptance will come. Acceptance will come with time. But before that, there's a lot of also denial. Asking God questions, because you're a human being, you don't want to lose a loved one. So you're lost in all this. So he needs to get help, people to walk with, not stay by themselves. Because a lot of times when we lose our loved ones, we almost like segregate ourselves, not because we choose to, but we do not want even to deal with those emotions at that point. So slowly, by talking to other people, hearing what they have gone through can help you go through that journey with ease.
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening. And he will get the advice. And now there are those who are still in the journey. What challenges do caregivers face that no one sees?
One of the things that people never even talk about is, like I said, you get lost in this person you're caring for. One of the things that when we go to visit a patient, I don't think we even ask the person who's caring for them, how are you doing? We're always asking, how is the patient? How is the patient doing? But we also forget there's somebody behind the patient. And so one, they're forgotten, they are never seen. Nobody even acknowledges them. Another thing they go through is they have a lot of guilt. Like if they want to go maybe and have coffee with their friends, they wonder, must I go? Can I go? Should I go? So you have a lot, you second guess yourself so much. Others have to stop their jobs. Like the families I work with who have patients with dementia, most of them, even the person who was taking the major breadwinner was the person who's gotten dementia. So a second person has to leave work to become the caregiver. And so we have two people who have lost their income. So there's financial burden. There's emotional burden because you're seeing your loved one deteriorating. Whatever disease it is, that you can see your loved one. So there's emotional, financial issues, them not being recognized and being seen. They almost are shadows. And also the other thing that other caregivers go through is that you have that fight. You're constantly asking questions. Why me? Why my family? You're asking God questions. And then people disappearing. When you have a loved one who's unwell or you're a caregiver, people will come after a few months, people disappear. So you're just left alone. So there's a lot of loneliness. So those are some of the things that usually caregivers go through that are sad, because you almost feel like you're traveling on this journey alone. Yeah.
When you are having a conversation with caregivers, is there a point where a caregiver will complain about the patient they're taking care of?
Yes, they do. And sometimes, and I will talk more on dementia, because dementia are the ones that sometimes people say they are difficult, they refuse to do things, especially when they'll refuse to shower, they refuse to eat, they refuse all these things. And then now the patient, the caregiver is trying to make sure that their patient looks, presentable. By the time they are going out, sometimes even you try and dress them up, they are fighting you, they are calling you names, they are beating you. And so a lot of family members, and like even in my case, for me, my dad got dementia when I was 17 years, and I went to work to be able to care for my family. And one of the things I did is to go and do shopping one day. And when I came home with the shopping, my father was so annoyed. He beat me up and broke my hand and says, "Who told you could usurp authority over me?" And so for me, I was thinking I'm doing something good for my family, but my dad is here fighting me. Now, my dad has gone to tell people in church how I've become disrespectful. I don't listen to him. But now who am I going to go and tell that my father actually does not accept me? So a lot of times as caregivers, you will look for a space that you're comfortable to talk about what you're going through. You can't go to anyone, because most people don't listen to you and they don't accept you. Yeah.
Wow. Are there systems or structures that are helping caregivers to cope?
So like what we do, we train caregivers. So we sit with you, we tell you the person is not being difficult, then that's not refusing to do things, but come up with a system. For example, if they have to have breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning, let it be 7 o'clock every day. Now, this only works for people living with dementia, but even these other conditions that people are caring for their loved ones, having a system really helps, because also the caregiver and the person they're caring for, they're able to know by this time we do 1, 2, 3. Because if there's no system, we do things ad hoc, and it becomes very tiring also on the caregiver, because maybe other than caregiving, sometimes they may have to go out and look for the bread for the day. So they also have to have a system that works so that they're able also to leave the house and care for their loved ones. So systems are very good, having a system that works, so that for us, we have seen with a system, especially with people living with dementia, it works perfectly. And I believe even with other diseases, a system works perfectly.
For the show, most of the people that we've handled are people living with rare and autoimmune diseases. So you find that fatigue is one of the main challenges. So someone says sometimes they wake up and they don't feel like waking up, or someone is in ICU. We've had someone who was in ICU for close to a month. And you have small kids and they're at home. You as the caregiver, you have kids at home and you have your wife or your husband in hospital. How does one balance?
Okay, for ICU cases, usually it can be very difficult, because anytime your phone call, it could ring. And that also, you're having all that, and then you have small children to care for. So one of the balances is also having people. I know as caregivers, one of the challenges we have a lot is we don't accept help. We think we can do it ourselves, and we do not even raise up our hands and say, "Hey, I need help." So in fact, one of the things I tell caregivers, it is okay to ask for help, because you will find people are willing to come up with a system that will help you to set up, and you will not be so overwhelmed. You will have maybe somebody who will offer to come and do something for the children as you're running around to do other things, or even for you to take a breather, because you're also not a machine. You need to breathe. So ask for help as a caregiver. Just don't die alone. There are people actually willing to come and support you. Yes,
that's true. And that's when even mental breakdown can come along.
It does, because it's not easy. It's a very difficult, it's not a situation that is normal. It's an abnormal situation. And the way you would behave normally is not how you'll behave in this situation. So when it reaches a point where enough is enough, please don't die. And like in our case, we've seen actually caregivers dying before their loved ones who they are caring for, because you are the one carrying the burden. Like you said, sometimes the patient does not want to wake up. And then here you are losing your mind because you're like, no, you need to wake up because I need to make sure you have eaten. And I have this system I want to push down your throat. If they don't want to do anything, be easy also. Just sit, relax, enjoy the moment. Sometimes it's not easy, but it is important to just say, okay, we will move on when you're ready to move on. Because even if you push things to move, it will not move.
Yeah. And then it becomes frustrating.
Completely.
Yeah.
And now before you know it, and that's why you're asking, do people start complaining about their loved ones? Because you are also trying to push your values or whatever you want done to them. But also do not forget their systems are not working like yours. So as a caregiver, I think one of the policies is 1, ask for help. 2, relax. Go at the pace of your patient, because as much as you want things done in a certain way, which is your way, it will not happen. It will not happen. Yeah.
Wow. I want you to speak to a caregiver who feels stuck. Yeah, they're there. They don't know what to do, or their patient has just been diagnosed. Yeah, because in the show we've also had someone who was left by a spouse.
So one of the things I would like to tell a caregiver who's either just had a patient, a loved one diagnosed, or they are living with people living without any condition is 1, look for help. Do not go this journey alone. Like we say in the African proverb, if you want to go far, you need to go with others. You can't go alone if you want to go far. And one of the things you come and realize that actually what was so difficult for you, somebody, instead of reinventing the wheel, somebody will tell you, I tried this and it worked. So if it doesn't work for you, you just tweak it a little bit for it to work for you. But if you did not go to a support group or did not meet with others going through this journey, you will not have known that. Number 1. Number 2, speak. Speak about what you're going through. A lot of us want to keep it hidden. We want to keep quiet about it. We sometimes even some are ashamed because some diseases can be very difficult to deal with, but there's nothing that is new under the sun. So come and realize that there's somebody else going through that. Talk to other people. Another thing, one of the things I tell people also, loneliness also kills a lot of caregivers. Ask for help. Talk to others, go out and just know that you are not alone in this journey. There are many other people. So one of the things is speak and you'll get the help that you require. Yeah.
So you've had speak and you'll get the help that you require. Where can you be found? Because I'm sure people will ask, we want to hear from her. We want to speak to her. So where can people find you?
So I run an organization called Alzheimer's and Dementia Organization Kenya. So you can find us, all our handles are there. So it's on www.alzkenya.org. So if you want to speak to me, you can always call. There are numbers that are there. And we also work with caregivers and who have loved ones with dementia, but also we also have counselors on standby to help the caregivers themselves. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for, and thank you for agreeing to come. Yes, and just sharing your heart out. And thank you for the good work that you're doing and helping those who are mostly forgotten. Because the way you've said, it's easy to forget about the one who is caring for the patient. But you are doing an amazing job and we thank God for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sawa. Thank you. Thank you for listening in and watching this show. If it has blessed you, please share with someone. And we need to reach out to as many people as we can so that we can continue creating awareness and just giving hope to the hopeless. And to you, Robert, we still say, pole sana. Our prayers are with you. And to another thing, I would like to tell us about something very interesting that we are working towards. We have a Behind the Diagnosis live coming up on 6th of December at KCB Simba Auditorium at 2 p.m. Please come and join us. The details are on the screen on how you can pay for the event. Come and experience. We will have the warriors who've been on the show. We will have the doctors, and we'll also have a free medical checkup. So come and just be part of us. And remember to subscribe to our channel, like, share, and follow us on all our social media pages. And as usual, as we say here on Behind the Diagnosis, every story matters and every voice deserves to be heard. See you.